Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Tyro. You're here with me, your host Donald Wonder, for the Year of Lupin 2016. Thanks for checking us out. If you were here last time, you probably saw our discussion on Lupin's Dead or Alive. This was a feature movie that actually had the mangaka Monkey Punch involved, so that was a very special one, even though it was a little bit hit and miss. Click the screen on the top right hand corner of the YouTube card so you can check out that video. But now we're moving on to another 1996 Lupin feature, but this is a TV special, and this one's actually called The Secret of the Twilight Gemini. And since we're in 2016 and this was 1996, this is another feature that has its 20th year anniversary. Yay! So how does this hold up 20 years later? We'll get to that in a moment. Let's first talk about the plot. So the special starts out when an old associate of Lupin's, a fellow gentleman in crime, it seems to be reaching the end of his days. He's really old, he's really fat, and he wants to hand Lupin one more adventure before he goes. Something that he never got to complete in his glory days. And that is this Twilight Gemini diamond. And he's telling him that, Lupin, if you take this diamond, this is going to lead you onto a bigger treasure somewhere in Morocco. So Lupin is very curious to find out why he's giving him this diamond, but he's always up for the challenge. So he goes ahead to Morocco to find out how this diamond is going to lead into a bigger treasure, and madness and chaos ensues. Now, to get more into the plot, you guys know I don't like giving spoilers because I want you guys to check it out yourself. You're just hearing my opinion. But it's got to do with this tribe in Morocco. It's got to do with a son, and it's got to do with the treasure, and there's some inner tribal conflict that leads with another female character, an old lady, the police chief. Again, it's hard for me not to get into details because I don't want to get into spoilers, but to be honest with you, I don't need to get into spoilers because Lupin movies have had this similar plot again and again and again. I mean, the other movie I've reviewed, even the last movie, Dead or Alive, I feel like there's so many similar elements to these movies, so you know. But this one in particular, now let me get into the bits and pieces. First of all, let me talk about the animation. Coming from Dead or Alive to this, Dead or Alive was a feature movie. They had the manga involved, they had a bigger studio budget. This is a TV special, and the quality of animation is lower, but it's still good. We're in 1996, the character designs are very simpler. It feels like a Saturday morning cartoon. It actually feels like, the animation just feels like slightly better than the TV series, the Red Jacket series, but just longer, just an hour and a half. And the character designs are okay. They're just cartoony. It's not very special. It's not hard on the eyes. It's just kind of meh. But the one thing with the animation in this movie that kind of stands out, and I'm going to be a little bit dirty boy here, is this movie has a lot of nakedness, a lot of fan service. Fujiko is topless more than once. There's another female character that's topless more than once. And Fujiko is actually, I think she dyed her hair blonde in this movie. She looks really attractive, very sexy. This is actually the sexiest I've seen her, and she looks really good. And she's putting her moves on Lupin in this one. I can say for a fact they had sex outright in this movie. Almost twice. Once was definitely in a police station. And I don't know why I'm bringing this up in animation, but it's one of the points of the story. It's one of the most memorable things about this movie, to be honest with you. When it comes to the animation, one of the most disappointing things is most of the Lupin movie specials have action set pieces of some sort. This special doesn't have any, really. The action in general in this movie is just kind of, again, Saturday cartoony, very simple. They don't try to do anything big set piecey, and even at the end when they have a big climax, it's just a gunfight. Disappointing. So even for a Lupin chasing and stuff, there's a few scenes of Lupin running around fighting this character who I can't even decide if it's a man or a woman, that she fights him with a whip. Yeah, it's humorous, but again, they don't do anything with it animation wise that they usually do with some of the other Lupin movies. So on that note, it's kind of disappointing. Regarding the sound, they don't do anything with the sound really. They use the same themes they've used again, and it doesn't, this, you know, set in Morocco, a kind of a deserty area, so they just don't do anything much with the sound. But again, it doesn't really bother me. Characters, Fujiko is fun. She's very active in this movie. She's obviously trying to seduce Lupin. She doesn't try, she seduces Lupin 100%. Lupin is his same charming self. He has a moment in this movie. This is another standout thing. He has a character moment where he actually sacrifices himself, which is kind of heartwarming. It's kind of charming. I liked it. It was, again, a lot of this movie was very paint by numbers, Lupin, but that was one thing that stood out. Jigen is always the right-hand man. He always saved Lupin at the right times. He's not prominent in the movie, but he comes in. And even less prominent is Goemon. Goemon in this movie, to be honest with you, he's in this special just to annoy the henchman that's after Lupin. And that was funny. Goemon's always just this funny throwaway samurai character. But even him coming in just to save Lupin's ass to annoy this henchman, very, 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 very funny. Zenigata, you see, in Dead or Alive, Zenigata, you were competent. You were that guy. I said, yes, I wish Zenigata was more like this. Now Zenigata's gone back to being a joke. He's just chasing Lupin, where are you, Lupin? And he's forgettable. It's not even funny. So again, it's a shame. That last movie he was stepping up, and now he's just gone back to he's a throwaway character. The bad guys and the plot with the bad guys, 100% predictable. I mean, honestly, I figured the whole thing out very simply. They don't really try to hide it. And it leads me back into the overall plot. The whole thing with this movie it's just predictable, paint by numbers, but it's not offensive. It didn't bother me. I didn't, as soon as I saw it was a TV special, I saw the animation, I kind of knew I was just watching a longer episode of a TV. It felt, again, I said that before, it felt like an episode extended to, a TV special. That's exactly what it was. It didn't do anything special, anything memorable, but it didn't offend me. It was an easy watch. Near the end, I wanted it to hurry up. And the only thing that I was kind of like, okay, was the ending. I'm sorry, I'm going to slightly spoil the ending. It was one of those endings where everybody gets a treasure. And when you think about it, it's like, okay, there's so much treasure for everyone to have. And it just fades to black at the end. It's like, okay, I guess, no one needs to go hunting anymore because everyone's rich. Diamonds to the wall, to the ceiling. Again, didn't bother me, but I was just like, usually they don't get the treasure. Sometimes they do, but So if I had to give the movie a rating, it's just okay. But because it's just so okay, it's kind of forgettable. It's one of the movies, it doesn't stand out. It's just a special. It's more of the same of the Lupin TV series. That's it. So the outside feedback I saw on the review sites, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, My Anime List, they said exactly what I was saying. Paint by numbers, but fun. Predictable, but humorous. It's just, you've seen it before. If you like Lupin, if you're a diehard Lupin fan, you're going to check this out. But guys, let me know what you think. Did you watch this special? What do you think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Leave a comment in the comment section down below and conversate with me. I love it when you guys give us your opinions, So that's it for this one. We're moving on. I think we're going to be going on to 1997 now. We're getting closer to the 2000s. I can't wait to see what the 2000s have to offer. Guys, leave a comment down below. Like I said, you can hit the annotation on the right to all the other stuff we do. Check out our other stuff. The animation, the TV shows, the movies, the podcast, all the other stuff we do here on Planet Tyro. But if you're just here for the Lupin, that's fine. Thanks for watching, guys. Until then, we'll see you on the next one. And I want to say, take care. Peace out.